In our effort to bring you all the biggest stories, we shifted into gear and took a ride to the motor show in London. It was here, amongst all the fantastic cars, that software company Codemasters showed off one of their games. So why was a games company at a motor show? Well, because their latest creation is, of course, a driving game, TOCA Touring Car Championship. A combination of demolition derby and Formula One racing, TOCA is rough and fast. For the sport to be successfully converted into a game, designers needed a fresh approach.
Everyone loves racing games, but there's a lot to choose from. So if we're doing a new one, it has to be very, very good. TOCA Touring Car Championship offers a lot of differences to like normal racing games. Every car is modelled on the real thing. To make sure that it actually looked like the real car, we actually laser scanned cars and built up wireframe models of them. The tracks you race on are all the real tracks like Donington, Silverstone, Brands Hatch, all the famous English racetracks. And to make sure they were accurate, we worked with the Ordnance Survey, who produced landscape data.
And it certainly seems to have been worth it, because TOCA Touring Car Championship looks great. From the cars themselves to the sky above the track, the visual realism alone makes this game a pleasure to play. The gameplay is smooth and fast, with a choice of perspectives that really make you feel like you're in the car. And for once, here's a game that brilliantly recreates that driving in the rain experience. Just look at the reflections on the road. As you race around, you'll even leave skid marks on the track, which will still be there on your second lap. Each of the drivers has their own personality and driving style, and half the fun is remembering little tricks that'll help you beat your opponents. But how does it compare to the real thing? Well, for the answer, we head on back to the motor show, where real touring car drivers got the chance to test out the game. So what did the professionals really think?
Being a touring car driver, I couldn't wait for the real thing to come out, and it is very realistic actually, except that the car I drove wouldn't win. The accidents are very good. They've obviously put a lot of research into the accidents. The noise sounds right. Just when you hit the other cars, the crunch is quite good. The circuits are very realistic. That's the nice thing. I mean, knowing the circuits, I can anticipate where the corners are, and I think it's very realistic.
With so many racing games around, it takes something very different to succeed. As this is the first ever touring car sim, Codemasters have brought a new idea to an old genre, and they've done it incredibly well. Whether it speeds ahead of the pack or runs out of petrol before the race is over, at least fans of the real sport will get the opportunity to bring the game into their homes and try it out without leaving skid marks on the carpet.